Well, guys, what the hell was that game week? I managed to score 20 points, yet still get a green arrow, and I don't think that's ever going to happen again in the history of FPL. If you're wondering why I sore throat, I was out celebrating the beautiful Manchester United win last night. Anyway, my game week would have been a lot better if I didn't choose Regulon, who decided to get a red card in the first 10 minutes of a game, which could have been a likely clean sheet for me with my double Brentford defence. But he absolutely shut that down. He ruined it for me. It's even more annoying knowing the defender first in line on my bench bagged 11 points. If I just played him over Regulon, mate, I'd be soaring through the ranks. But realistically, I was never going to play Robinson against Spurs anyway, was I? All I can do is thank God that my team of 11 players managed to claw together at least one goal contribution combined. That was Morgan Gibbs White. He managed to get his one clean sheet point as well because he was subbed off before Luton scored. So that's done me very nicely. Overall, it was a pretty shit weekend for everybody except the people that own Fulham players. So pretty much no one. Fun fact for you all though, my original team, without any changes, got 17 points as I still had Castagna, who managed to get 10, but obviously I took him off on the free hit. Given that I would have also used a free transfer, we can assume it would have got me to 19 points, meaning my free hit actually got me one extra point in total. Guys, that is a gigantic loss for me. That means I have now failed in both of my chips, the triple captain chip, in which I got 10 points with Haaland, but then again, everyone failed. And it's the same again with the free hit chip. I failed very badly, but then again, so did almost everyone else, so it's not the end of the world. I just need to hope my second wildcard and my bench boost can actually pay off towards the end of the season. Anyway, again, that's enough moaning. Let's move on to the Game Week 30 plans, in which I have some tough decisions to make. Now, obviously, looking at this team, your first instinct is to get Son. It's to get Palmer. You know, these two people they will absolutely kill me if I go without them. The problem is, my only way to Son is by selling Salah or selling Saka or selling Foden and taking a hit. And, you know, it's just too much effort, really. I don't want to do it right now, even though he's playing at home to lose him. The next player, Cole Palmer, against Burnley at home is the scariest thing ever if I'm not going to own him. The problem is my two switches to Palmer is Bailey and Gordon, who both actually have very good games as well and better underlying stats, more expected goals, more shots in the box, more expected assists. Cole Palmer's not very high on those metrics, but he somehow always gets a goal contribution. My problem is if I sell one of Gordon or Bailey to get Cole Palmer, it could easily backfire onto me with Bailey or Gordon getting more points than Palmer. That's why I'm very reluctant to do it, despite how scary it is to go without Cole Palmer in game week 30. Now, I do have 2 weeks to plan for this, 2 weeks to look at the data and see what the best move is. It could be that fear leads me to taking a -4 to bring in Son. Maybe I could get Palmer in that as well as a 2-for-1 deal. But once again, I'm kind of reluctant to do it. And if I was going with my gut, I wouldn't even bring Son or Palmer in next week. But then again, one of my players could get injured. A Chelsea or Spurs double game week could get revealed. Who knows? Talking about double game weeks and blank game weeks, the double game week and blank game week mastermind, Ben Krellin, definitely worth following on Twitter, has actually said we should get more info on that stuff before the game week 30 deadline. So that will be very helpful for my planning, and it could influence some of my decisions. But yeah, I could say all I want at this moment, but to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to do. What I'm leaning towards most at the moment is actually rolling the transfer, because just looking at the team right now, it looks very strong. Let's be honest, it's not a bad team. The only thing that's wrong with it is if Cole Palmer or Son get double digits, then that's leaving me in a lot of danger. More on the topic of Ben Krellin, we're going to look at his spreadsheets before the end of the video. Now, if expected goals and expected assists wasn't enough, this guy right here can give us expected fixtures. Yes, expected games played from certain teams and the percentage likely that it's going to happen, which is pretty cool. So we're going to look at that now. As you can see here in game week 34, it's supposed to be a double and a blank. It looks like Tottenham and Chelsea aren't actually going to double at all. Although I may be going Gordon to Palmer within the next couple game weeks when Gordon's games get tough, because he never does well away from home. He does great at home, as well as Leon Bailey. Gordon's next 2 games are at home against easy teams, so I'm probably going to keep him for those 2 games, then maybe give him a sell. And with regards to bringing in Son from Tottenham, they have a few easy games, right? But then, the 5 games following, they play 5 of the best teams in the league. And it's like, by the time I can actually get him in, Will I even want him in my team? I don't know. It would all depend on how well he does in those easy games leading up to it. But yeah, guys, pause the video and have a look if you want. I'm not going to go into too much detail now about all the other game weeks, but it looks like there's going to be quite a few double game weeks coming up and maybe even a few blanks. So people that have saved their free hit for that game week, they're definitely in the lead right now. I'm hoping I can just dead end my team into it, then wildcard straight after, maybe game week 35, game week 36. Who knows? It's quite a while away. Either way, it's a very exciting way to end the season, and I'm excited to see how well I do. Obviously, I'm currently sat at 35k. The goal is definitely top 10k, and I think if I play my last two chips right, play my transfers right, I can probably hit the top 10k, which would be great for pretty much my second full FPL season. I think it can happen. Obviously, that 7 mil rank, I didn't play the whole year. I mean, or else, I'm just the worst player ever. But yeah, in conclusion, my plan is currently I have no plan, but I will have a plan eventually. But yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Give the video a like, give me a sub. Thank you very much. Adios.